Hi, my name is Gemma Regis. I am a published author. I am the host and founder of GRG Retreats and Away Days and the owner of Gem's Cake Box. So I'm here to speak to you about Mental Health Awareness Week 2019, which starts from today and runs all the way through until Sunday. Now this year the Mental Health Foundation have chosen body image as their theme. And I'm here to share my story with you about areas of my body which over the years affected me with my mental health and how I've overcome those and learned to embrace and love all of who I am and who God has made me. So I'm going to be sharing some different aspects with you throughout the week, ranging from how my hair affected my mental health, my teeth, my feet, hands, and general body image. And today I'm going to start with general body image. So when I was growing up, there was a film star, some of you may be familiar with, called Sophia Loren. Now, for those of you who know anything about Sophia Loren, and anyone who doesn't, you can Google her. She was quite a curvaceous actress, small waist, big hips, and back then it was seen pretty much as she was seen pretty much as a sex symbol, and anyone who looked like that was deemed sexy. Now, growing up, that meant absolutely nothing to me. I just knew that everybody around me was, as I got older, was straight and slim, and I had what they called childbearing hips. And when I looked around me, they didn't look like this actress Sophia Loren, who was a lot older than me, and therefore I saw myself as being old, I saw myself as being dated, ancient, and I just wanted to fit in with everybody. And I remember the first time somebody commented on my bottom being big, and it was very much a negative thing. They were laughing at it. So I grew up thinking that there was something wrong with my body shape, very insecure about it. I had other insecurities anyway, so that didn't really help. And I remember what made it worse was I couldn't find clothes to fit me. So I couldn't, if I got something to fit my hips and my bottom, it meant the waist was massive. And if I got something to fit my waist, I couldn't get it to fit my hips and my bottom. So that made me feel even worse. I have a small waist and then I come out of the hips. So it was like, my body shape isn't catered for, nobody around me looks the way that I look, so therefore there must be something wrong with me, and people are laughing at, the size of my bottom and so forth. And as I got older, and I remember being in church, I used to get told, you mustn't wear anything fitted, you mustn't wear anything fitted, and I was never someone to wear stuff that was tight, that you could peel it off of me, but clothes that were kind of cut to my shape, I wore them. And again, it was like, you mustn't show your body shape, you mustn't show this. It always became a negative. I must have been about 21, 22 when guys started paying me compliments. And remember, I'm already thinking there's something negative about my body. And I never forget a comment that a guy made about my body, and he said I was fit and ripe. And in my naive state, I was like, what on earth do you mean by fit and ripe? And I got to understand that it was more of a sexual innuendo that he was referring to. Once again, it was just a negative. Now I saw myself as like a piece of meat. Men started to look at me, guys started to look at me. They always make comments, but it was almost like they were undressing me with my eyes. So there was nothing about my body that I was comfortable with. And it didn't matter how much people commented and said, oh my gosh, you've got a nice shape. It was always seen as a negative in my eyes. It has taken me, I would say, the best part of 40 odd years for me to get used to being in my own skin. Nowadays, I walk around and there are people who are having surgery to get a body that looks similar to mine. And I don't walk around with my head just bursting with all this ego. But I have come to embrace who God has made me. I've come to be thankful for the fact that I am blessed the way that I'm blessed, and that I actually have a beautiful body. Now, whether I was blessed with the shape I have or I looked different, my point is that you have to learn to be comfortable in your own skin. And if there is something about your body type that you do not like, that you can actually work on through exercise or dieting, then do that. You know, don't just think, well, this is the way I am, I have to stay that way. But don't start going down the route of cutting things here or there just to make yourself look beautiful or just to make yourself fit in. Don't do what I did and look around at people around me and think, well, I don't look like them, so therefore there is something wrong with me. I'm unique. I didn't need to look like them. I might not have fitted in then, but now, like I said, people are doing all kind of crazy stuff, you know, just to get a small waist and nice hips and curves and so forth. So I'm thankful. It still takes a bit of getting used to. When someone pays me a compliment, I still kind of like at first, but this is who I am. This is who God made me. I still find it hard to find clothes, and when I do buy something, I have to like pay for it twice. And even that thought at times, you know, I found myself, when someone has complimented me, found myself saying, oh yeah, it's great, but you don't have the hassle of having to shop for a shape like mine. And I've had to catch myself. I can't afford to be negative about my body, which is a beautiful thing. It's something that God made, He created, and He blessed me with. So my encouragement to you on this day, Monday the 13th of May, which is the first day of the Mental Health Awareness Week, which is focusing on body image. Learn to be comfortable in your own skin. And like I said, if it is a case that you may be overweight or something, then diet, exercise. There are people who are walking around with scars, with major defects. There are people who are walking around with facial hair, women with facial hair, whether it's beards, moustaches, scars that are visible, and are feeling really like insecure. I'm not saying that it's easy, and further on in the week I'm going to be sharing some more major things in my own life in regards to my body that I've kept hidden because of shame and embarrassment about it. So although I've started off with just my general body image, which you might be thinking, yeah, but so what, you had a nice shape and you had an issue with that. I don't want to be insensitive to people whose face may be scarred, or they may have an issue with the area of their body that everybody can see. People can be cruel and they can make comments, and it can affect you mentally. It probably will affect you mentally. Surround yourself with people who really love you, who really care about you, and learn to accept the good things. That is so important. A lot of the times we focus on the negative and we receive the negative. We feast on the negative and we feed ourselves the negative. Right? Learn to listen to the truth. Learn to embrace the truth and let that become your truth. So that's a little bit about me, and you're going to be hearing some more about my feet, my hands, my hair and my teeth, areas that have heavily affected my mental health, and just some scarring on other parts of my body that I kept hidden because I was embarrassed about. So thank you, Mental Health Foundation, for raising this serious topic which affects so many people, men, women, young, old, in this day and age, and I look forward to sharing more with you tomorrow.